Good morning. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I forgot to turn my mic on, so I did get that done before we get started. So it's Anne coming to you from Prince George. Thanks for joining me, and welcome back to the Frontline. And this is a partnership between Active Health Solutions and British Columbia Golf. So thank you to them for their support and helping us push this out for golfers around the province. In today's class, you will need, as usual, a piece of wall space, your chair, and I've got one for sure, exercise with a book. So that's all you need today. We don't even need your golf club. And if you do have a wooden spoon, we may have time. I'm going to check my time and we'll see if you need either your club or a wooden spoon here at the end. So just a reminder again, please work at your own pace, at your own level, and please be safe. Okay, so hopefully my mic's okay. I kind of threw it together at the last second. So feet wide apart. Let's start with our warm up. Let's just easy rotate here. Some of us that have been playing a little golf, hopefully this is a bit of a stretch. And I know that the protocols at my course and my dad's course, there's no socializing. So on the first, you go right to the first tee. So you can't sort of hang out let's switch to a weed pull. So they kind of tell you when it's your turn to head to the first tee, and then you go. So these exercises are great to warm you up before you just swipe away at that first tee shot. Because I know our course doesn't even have the range open yet. Switch sides. So, and I want you to do a cross pattern here. So kind of up and to the side. Let's see. Oh, sound is okay. Thanks, Chipper. Appreciate it. A couple more here. So these are our weed pulls just to get us moving. All right, now we're going to go up and back down. So sink it right back into your behind, up as high as you can go. And sink it back, tap that toe out, so activating that glute, that hamstring. Nice day from my backyard today, I'll take it. Yesterday poured rain all day, so I would have had to go inside. And we're just going to come forward and do a bit of a row here. And I'll do it from the side. Keep going. I'm hoping to play tomorrow, but I have a Zoom meeting at 10. So it's going to cramp my style. And before we go the other way, let's do a plie squat. So feet are out about 45 degrees. And we're going to do a bit of a wall angel here, imagining a wall angel. Jumping jack arms. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So warming up in all kinds of planes of movement here. All right, stagger the other foot forward. Up and sink it on back down. All right, one more. All right, sink it back, tap that toe out. I had a sweatshirt on. I'm glad I popped it off beforehand. The sun came out. It's kind of nice at the moment. All right, and we're going to finish with our rows here with a bit of a lunge. We have a lunge as an exercise later today, so this is a good warm-up for that. And last one there. All right, let's switch it to a hinge. Okay, so we've normally done this with our club, but we can also do it like a straight leg deadlift or a fairly, not totally stiff legged. I keep my knees soft. I don't think I have the hamstring flexibility to do a straight leg deadlift. Maybe my students, but they're all 19. Definitely my juniors. They can do it. Not me. Last one. Okay, so we're going to do a few things with our chair. So if you want to get that ready, and I have one without arms on it, and I do find that that's a little easier to do these exercises. So about 6 inches away from the back of your chair where the legs would be, and let's just increase that knee range of motion, ankle range of motion, and this really does warm up that quad. Let's do a couple more and switch sides. And a couple more, and then we're switching it to a calf raise. Now, the calf raise would also work if your book, if you wanted to increase range of motion, you can do this from your book, but that book might be a little wobbly. So a set of stairs works, or a 2x4 to kind of press up and down, or some of you have little risers and steps from, the 90s and 80s when step aerobics were in vogue. I know there's a few. We have them at the studio because they're very functional. So we will often do these as part of our circuit. All right, now you can grab your book, or you can do it on the ground. We're going to do our hip lifts. These never seem to go away. And I'm going to stand on my book and then lift that hip up. And after my first round of golf the other day, my lower back was just tired. I was still able to come home and rake the grass and sit off a lot the next day, but it was just tired. And so then these become even more important. Switch sides. Okay, a few more of those hip lifts. After this one, we're going to sit on our chair and do 2 exercises sitting on our chairs. One's a new one isn't. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, grabbing your chair and sitting at the front of your chair. So come forward and have a nice wide stance here, or a nice wide legs. And then we're going to fold it in 90, and we're going to fold it in 90. Okay? Now if you want to try and externally rotate it, you can, right? But we're going to kind of go back and forth with both legs here. So this gets into the internal and external rotation at those hips. So it's a little awkward, I get it. But oh gosh, and then my posture just went right down, so nice and tall. That's a good reminder to me especially. Okay, and before we spin around and go with our bridge position, let's do some knee hugs. Now the first part of this, I want you to see how high you can pull it up with that hip flexor and then give it a little bit more. So if you think about the importance of this one, like anytime we're getting on and off a tee box, right, we've got to make sure we can do this motion or up and down stairs, right? So that hip flexor, we need it to really fire. All right, spin your chair around, and we're going to go with our wrist circles first. So you're starting in a tabletop position here. Now again, all of these you can do on the ground. So lay out a towel or a yoga mat. We can, increase the range of motion on all of these, but a chair works just for what we need to do. We're going to start with some wrist circles. Oh, hopefully my bandwidth is okay. My son is having a Zoom call with his grade 7 class. And he just got the news that they might have to go back in the classroom. And let's go forward and back at the end of May. And I think judging by his body language, he was kind of not in the mood to hear that. And then side to side. So these are our wrist prep here. And then we're going to switch it to our cat-cow. So dropping that head, arching your back, and then all the way through. And then we can do a few little shoulder blade push-ups here before we move on. And I don't have it in today's class, but I really would encourage you to stretch your neck. Okay, hand up on your shoulder, and let's thread the needle. That's 3 and 4. Last one, let's do 5. All right, switch sides. Hand up on that shoulder. Tuck it right under. I lost count. Maybe 4 and 5. I get thinking about the next thing on my list and then I blow it. All right, let's head to the wall. And I see another person on. Hey, Anita. I thought you were golfing today. Okay, pec stretch. So hand at 90 degrees here, and then you're going to turn and find that wall, and then you can step through if you need to. But for some of you, this might be enough, right? Because we're trying to increase the pec range of motion here. Stretch it out. And we're going to add a little motion here. Increase with some dynamic range of motion and flip it around. Okay, so give it a little bit of a warm up, a little bit of a stretch, and then add some motion. I sat at my computer a long time yesterday. I'm feeling this one. All right, now we're going to do our number 11s. So it's like a downward facing dog, if you've seen that in yoga or done yoga yourself. And so we want those elbows to come in. So we're trying to get to is this 11 position, this number 11 position with my arms. But if you don't have the range of motion in your shoulders, you can have a wider one, but not letting those arms pop out. Work into getting those elbows so that they rotate towards each other. So hands up nice and high on the wall, and if we can get our heads dropped through, and even if you want to go one at a time. So I'm just trying to stretch kind of from underneath my armpit and all the way down kind of the side of my body, and then we're going to drop and see if we can get those elbows in. Hopefully I look like a number 11. All right, give it a little shakety shake. And double arm rotations. So we've definitely done this before where we're going to turn and get to the wall. If you need to open up the lower body just a little bit, because we are going to try and get both hands around. So you're going to have to find that right position on the wall here. I can reach back and touch, that's no problem. And then reach around and then see if we can get this other hand on the wall. Now if you need to open up, you can. Just a little bit, because we want to feel a lot of rotation, not necessarily through our lower body, but through our thoracic spine, which is kind of in the middle of our backs. Oh, my neighbor's dog's having a little fit. Okay, switch sides and spin it around. He must see a squirrel. I can see him from my deck here. And then try and get that other hand, and if you do need to flare that lower body out just a little bit. And this is a good time to check your posture so that we're not kind of doing some crazy arch or some move with our head or holding our breath. let's be nice and tall. And release. All right, how's my time doing? I think we're doing all right today. Next one is the standing YTWs. So the position that we're trying to look for is the Y, thumbs up, Y, and then we move to a T, and then we move to a W. So if you can imagine that going across my back, there's my W. Okay? And we're going to do it in a bent forward position, working against gravity. So this is actually a very small strength and a little bit of range of motion with our shoulders. So we want to come into a bent forward position, and then you're going to go Y, thumbs up, T, W, and shoot it through again. We're just going to keep kind of doing this. Now, some people have strong enough shoulders. I'm not sure I'm there yet. We do this over a ball at the studio, and we also have some people that can do it with weights. So if you do have, small weights, these shoulder muscles in our rotator cuff and all the connective muscles that go with that, our shoulder girdle. Let's do one more. They're tiny, so use tiny weights, right? So 3s or 5s, right? And you can hold on to them, but the longer the lever, so you get the weights out far away from the shoulder, the more pressure you're putting on that shoulder. We also do these kind of banded, so we'll do banded W's and snow angels, right? So the band connection point is above our head, so if you can hook it onto a door. Let's just do some external rotation. We normally do this with our golf club, but we'll just do a little bit of rotation. Not seeing any questions, but hi to my community. Thanks for joining in. And then the second part, so that's external rotation. Internal rotation is just trying to get that hand up our back, and you can see I've got one that goes way up and one that totally doesn't work. It's totally broken, and that's because this shoulder is rounded so forward, and it's getting worse because I was having vertigo. This semester was kind of stressful. One more on either side, and I'm starting to get vertigo, and I think it was because of stress. And the only way I could sleep was on that side. So this poor shoulder was just getting more and more crunched. Disassociation and pelvic tilts are the next one. So imagining we're in our long iron swing. Hey, Cynthia, thanks for coming. I think that's Cynthia. Welcome. Good to see you. Okay, so we're in our long iron swing here. So again, it's a bow forward. Now, all the weight right here is on my heels. Now, if I unlock my knees, I've maintained my perfect spine angle here, and I have a bend in my knees and all the weights through the balls of my feet. So many of us golf from our heels, and we're back here and we're rounded. So this is just a cue. Bow, unlock, long iron swing. Now from here, we're going to cross, and now we're going to tilt our pelvis back and forth. Ooh, not getting any better. I must be. Those deep muscles of my core and those long muscles of my back, they must be getting stronger after all of these weeks. Let's do a few more. Wiggly jiggly, I get it. No judgment. Okay, let's shake that off. Now we're going to do that same setup, and we're going to lock our shoulders and just do our hips, and then we're going to flip it. Okay, so again, back to your long iron swing with a cross. Now we're going to do the lower body first. So the upper body stays still, and we just ever so slightly want to see if you can get a little bit of rotation on that lower body. Couple more. And release. Now let's switch it. So the same setup, but we're going to turn our upper body. So bow, unlock, weights 50-50. So this is the setup to our golf swing. Hands crossed, and now we're going to lock that lower body and work on a little bit of shoulder movement here. Turn, turn, turn. It's ever so slight. And if you do find that you're cheating, back it up to the wall and put your bum cheeks on the wall and then work on that shoulder movement. That might help. As goofy as that sounds. Okay, let's move to our 4 exercises, and then if there's time, we'll grab our wooden spoons. The first one is our squat. So feet, and you can flare them out a little, like 30 degrees if you like. And if you have a weight, now I did bring a 5 and a 3 pound weight. You could use your book also if you want to hold it up here. And our feet, like I said, about shoulder width apart and flared out about 30 degrees if you like. And then you're going to start up and down. Air squats are awesome. Weighted squats are awesome. So you pick whatever level that you want to do. And a few weeks ago, we also did offset squats. I think I'll bring those back next week. On our book, you can pop a foot up on your book. I don't know how many that is. Me and my famous ignoring the count just start squatting. I'm going to say that's 8. Let's see if we can hack out about 15. That should be about 10. Again, leading with your bum, feet stay flat. Try and get down so that your thighs are parallel to the floor. Is that 13? I don't know. Let's call it 1 more. Okay, with that 5 pound weight, I sure felt those. All right, grab your book. And if you do have a weight, or if you want to do these again in the future with your book, you do it. You fly at it. Because anytime you can create some resistance, but the book is enough because we have a nice long lever. Hey, Donna. Okay, so this is step back into a wide stance. So we tend to call this a lunge. And then from here, once we get in that lunge position, we're going up. And then we're going to step forward. So if your balance is a bit wobbly, and I was practicing these earlier today, and I nearly tipped over, don't take such a big step. So you're going to sink down and come on up. So you're always going, when you step back, right, you've created a space with this leg, and you're going up over the bent leg. I can't see a better use for this really boring research methods book. And it's a heavy one. But it's even more boring, so let's use it for something more interesting. Let's do a couple more. But again, take your time, get balanced. Almost like a wood chop. We do a lot of wood chops in class because they're so good for our disassociation, right? So the lower body and the upper body have to work, at least they do in golf, kind of at cross purposes here. One's stable and one creates rotation, right? Okay. And sorry, I just wanted to explain before we get to the push-ups, right? So in the golf swing, this is stable. The lower body is grounded and creates stability so that we can turn. So if it's too loosey-goosey or if it's not strong enough, then everything swings and we create too much movement. The more power we create, or the more that we want to create, we have to create rotation on something stable. That gets us the power. So that's why we do those kinds of activities. Push-ups on the wall. So you've got 12 or 15 push-ups. Find your space on the wall. And if you're doing them on the floor, I'm hoping you have a good push-up position. If you're doing them on the wall, hands come down just a little bit below eye level. And wiggle those feet back as far as you want to create your perfect resistance so that your 15th or your 12th push-up, it's hard. And you've had a little, you can tell you've had a little work through those shoulders. through your biceps, through your triceps, through your back. Again, I've lost count, so I'm just going to do a few more. I'm going to do one more, and last exercise coming right up. You'll need your chair again for this one. So we've definitely done these in the past. How's my time doing? Pretty good. Happy with that. And if you find your chair is going to kick out, brace it against the wall. Okay, so you're getting into a plank position, and then this is a windmill plank. So as we get into this nice straight body, you're going to turn and create a letter T with your body. Now we don't need to do too many of these, and you want to put that hand when it comes down underneath your face, and then you're going to windmill up. Okay, so get into that plank position. And you can do these on the ground. You can do them from your knees, from your toes. Get into that nice plank position, nice flat body. You can always do these on the wall. If you're finding that this is even too much resistance, did you see that? I popped up. I turned into a triangle position. Okay, I think I may goof that up, but that's all right. You get the idea. Let's do a couple more, and then I think we have time to grab our wooden spoons or our golf clubs. Okay, I'm feeling that actually in my lower back. All right, I'm going to leave my chair out for our final stretch in a sec, but I think we have time to do a few swings. So I have a wooden spoon. I've also got a 3-pound weight. These work really good. We do a lot of swings in the class with a light weight. So you can, use either. You can even use your golf club. That's no problem. So we're going to do one Tai Chi swing, nice and slow, nice and slow. Now I'll probably whack my mic, as I always do. Feel a really good stretch through all those muscles that you use to golf. Working on my downswing. Working on that transition. Weight shift. Nice full extension. My wrist. This is my release position. Up we go onto that follow through side. All right. Now we're going to do one at regular speed. Actually, let's do two at regular speed. Let's do another one. That might actually be slow. Now I want you to pick up the pace. Imagine you're swinging for the fence. Okay, whew. Let's go the opposite side. So imagine you gotta flip your brain, try your Tai Chi swing. Okay, I don't even know if I can do this. Move my mic out of the way. This is challenging. Ooh, imagine that ball. Click. Extend. Pull that triangle through with your chest. Up onto that follow through side. Now we'll do two swings, kind of regular swings, and then 3 fast swings. So you had 1 Tai Chi swing, 2 regular swings, 3 fast swings. Okay. There's my regular swing. Now 3 fast ones. Hopefully you're warmed up to do this. Okay, there we've got it. So grab your chair. We're almost there. Let's get our cool down sorted out. Now we didn't do any neck stuff today, so I would encourage you, if you're feeling like your neck's a little sore, you do it. Grab underneath your chair and let's just find those sticky bits in our neck. Go to the other side. What a nice day. I hardly got outside yesterday. Actually, I went for a run in the morning and then it unloaded and started raining all day, so I didn't do a darn thing after that. So I worked. I had a productive day, but that didn't do anything to my spine or my hips. I sat all day. Oh, let's reach to the outside. Reach around to the back of that chair. Nice rotation here. So I think today a walk is in order. Nice long one. Probably a bike ride too. And switch sides. Outside, reach around. And release. Come to the front of your chair, pop that toe up. Let's do a hamstring stretch. So you'll notice these don't get original or creative. They're sort of the same series we do over and over for the final stretch. That's okay. Also, you dug into that hamstring a little bit. Release. Let's cross it over. Externally rotate. And we did some of this extra hip stuff today. So nice tall, and then if you need to come forward, gets into that piriformis a little bit. Hopefully those muscles are staying good with all of our golf swings. And release. Let's switch sides. Pop that other toe up, come forward. Now next week I have a little twist. So at the end, and I might just tack it on as an extra few minutes, it's a little series we do in the studio with a ball. So if you can dig out a dog ball that's not gross, not been super chewed on, or a tennis ball works, or if you have some kind of hard, cross it over, like you can buy them at the dollar store, or nice tall bodies, come forward if you need. Lacrosse ball, a golf ball's not bad, but it's a little small. So I would like to encourage you. You could work up to a golf ball or down to that size of a golf ball, but a bigger, harder ball will be easier to start with. And we're going to do some rolling with our feet. Okay, release. I'll show you the ball at the end of the class. So facing sideways on your chair, extend that one leg back, hip extension here. Nice tall posture. Because what I have noticed about golf shoes, and I golf in runners, but after 15,000 steps or whatever it takes for you to get around your course, our feet are tired. And golf shoes, I find, are sometimes very hard and unforgiving. And hand up and then reach it towards the back of the chair. So I will show you a foot rolling series, and I swear it will be the best part of your day. So I would like to show you that at the end of next class. Turn and release and go the other way. Release and turn. I guess I had that backward. So full hip extension, good tall postures, and once you feel that hip flexor open up, that psoas open up, then you can raise up that hand and tip it towards the back of the chair. Because that's what I've been noticing. The more I'm on my feet, even though we're walking around a nice soft surface like grass on a golf course, we just have so many steps that our feet just get, they're just working really, really hard. All right, and release. So let's come back forward. I think, I'm over a few minutes. It was the wooden spoon exercises that pushed me over. Press it forward, drop your head, and up we go. And cactus arms. Let's do that one more time. And push it forward. And raise it up. Oh, and bring a lanyard next time. And open it up. And before I go, okay, shake it out. I just wanted to show you, so if you've got a mini band, you can also use a lanyard or anything, that you've got from a conference or, that holds your name badge, right? Anything like that. And I have it tied off so that it's about a foot in foot long. And then this is my little hard ball. So you can't, I think it's ball, but I'm not sure. But a tennis ball will work, or a hard ball that you can even find at the dollar store. So if you have a chance, I'll show you that on Tuesday. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you. There's 2 more classes left next week, Tuesday and Thursday, and then we'll wrap it up and we'll be back at some point over the winter. So thanks, and we'll see you next week.